I don't know how familiar you are, you may be with Adam Smith, but Adam Smith is really the father of the Marxian exploitation theory. Smith argued that in the early and rude state of affairs, in the original state of things, where you only had manual workers producing and selling products, all income earned was wages, and that only later, as capitalists appeared on the scene, profit came into existence as a deduction from what was naturally and rightfully wages. And this is the foundation of the Marxian exploitation theory. Marx argues that rightfully all income belongs to the wage earners. They create everything. And profits, interest, land rent are unjust deductions from wages. And that was Adam Smith's view, too. And what I pointed out was that if, in fact, we had manual workers producing and selling products, they would have sales revenues. The money paid to them would not be wages, but sales revenues. And that's what I got from John Stuart Mill, who had pointed out that demand for commodities, money spent in buying products, is not the payment of wages. It's a sales revenue. Wages are a separate payment made by capitalists. So the reality is, in the early and rude state of society, the manual workers had sales revenues, but they had not acted as capitalists. They had not bought for the purpose of selling, with the result that they had no money costs of production to deduct from those sales revenues, with the further result that the entire sales revenues were profit. So my conclusion was that if you interpreted classical economics correctly, by bringing in John Stuart Mill against Adam Smith, that the original primary form of income is profit, not wages, that capitalists are not responsible for the phenomenon of profit, which exists prior to their existence, but rather for the phenomena of wages and costs of production, which constitute a reduction in the proportion of sales revenues that is profit. So, in my view, this is really a demolition of the exploitation theory, and I have an essay. It's on Kindle in a collection called The Benevolent Nature of Capitalism and Other Essays. One of those essays is Classical Economics versus the Exploitation Theory.